For me to share my musings with you right here on 5 at 5. Now, if you've got any comments about the musings I'm sharing, or you'd like to share your musings with me, please send your messages to 0809 444 0981 via WhatsApp, of course. All right, so for the first musing, this is something that happened to me last week, right? It was Thursday morning. I was on the breakfast show, and the show ends at about 10 a.m. And I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I should just go to the market and get some food stuff, do some cooking, right? Yes, because I like to cook. Well, anyways, I was walking to the car and then I looked down and realized I was wearing brand new sneakers. That was the first time I was wearing them. And I just, you know, yeah, these sneakers are white and gold, by the way. So I'm thinking, wait, I can't imagine these sneakers in a market. And I just thought about it and I said, you know what? Nah, I cannot put my brand new shoes through this craziness. So I got in the car and drove myself back home. And no, I did not go to the market. And it was interesting because I put up a post. I wanted to know what people thought, if I was, being reasonable, or maybe there was another way around it. And it didn't seem like a lot of people agreed about the state of the market, and it definitely would not be a good idea to walk in with brand new shoes. Um, I did get a lot of suggestions that perhaps I need to have an extra pair of flip-flops or slides in my car just in case I have to make one of those unplanned trips. And you know what? I think I'm gonna heed that. But let me know though, do you have extras in your car? Do you have extra pairs of shoes, perhaps a jacket if you need to pop into a strange or an unprepared meeting or something? Are there things that you have with you that can actually get you set for a totally unplanned day? Let me know. And would you have done what I did? Not go to the market and go back home? Or would you have braved it and gone on to the market? All right, let me know. So moving on to a second musing, and this still has to do with cleanliness, right? It does seem like there's certain places in Nigeria that it's okay for those places to be dirty. And a market seems to be one of those places. And it's weird because we're going there to get food stuff, right? And you want to make sure that the food that you're taking home and putting in your fridge has been properly handled and it's not contaminated in any way. But the markets are so filthy. The open air markets, or not the supermarkets. Heck, some supermarkets need a good scrub as well. But I'm talking about the regular markets now, where you walk in sludge. It's so weird. I mean, there's this statement, cleanliness is next to godliness. And I wonder, it was something I heard a lot when I was younger, but I don't hear it so much these days. Have Nigerians perhaps thrown in the towel and said, you know what? We're just living our lives. We don't care about things being clean anymore. Because it's so weird. It's dirty from the market, from the entrance, walking in. Everyone is jostling and pushing and touching. Oh, it's a whole lot. But I just wonder, perhaps those campaigns of cleanliness is next to godliness need to come back. This is a very religious society, and perhaps if people wouldn't be clean for themselves, maybe the need to be clean to be godly might actually help. Just saying though. All right, so moving on to our third musing. This happened to me. I know I have a very eventful life. This happened last Friday. Now, after work, I was tired and I decided I was going to stop somewhere, get a quick meal, take it home, eat in bed, and sleep. That was my plan, right? Well, I got to this place where I'd called in advance to, okay, no, I hadn't called at this time, but I just drove to a place and went there. They didn't have what I wanted. Anyway, so I called another place. They had what I wanted, so I had to go there as well. This was about maybe 8:30, right, on Friday night. And when I got there, I noticed a man sort of staring into space. And while I was trying to park, I realized that perhaps he wasn't all together there. He might have been mentally unbalanced. And I was thinking, okay, how do I come down from this car right now? There's no one outside but me and this man, and sitting in the car, that's me in a vulnerable position. So after about 2 minutes, I decided it would be better to be inside that restaurant, this place, rather than being outside in the parking lot. So hopped down and it was the longest walk of my life, walking in through the doors, because I was very aware that I had my back to someone who wasn't completely in control. And after I picked up my meal, I said to the lady there, I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I'm terrified to go outside. And I told her why, and she's like, oh, okay, I'll call the manager. And she tried to call the manager, and I was just like, wow, how does not the first person to call would be security? But it just lets you know how difficult it is sometimes when you're the boss. You have to do everything. But the boss wasn't there. Another guy came in, and she told the guy to walk me, and the guy's like, okay, fine. So he walks me outside, and I was absolutely terrified. But this man was just still standing, and he was looking at us as we're coming. I got into the car and I told the guy, please don't leave me till I drive out. And he said, no, he wouldn't. And he just watched over me, you know, let me know when the back was free. And this man was still standing right there. And this person obviously needs help, but he wasn't getting it. And when a person is not completely in control, you never really know what's going to happen next. So it was a scary situation for me, but I did feel sorry for the poor guy who was just standing out there staring into space and not getting any help or assistance whatsoever. But from the way he was dressed, you could tell that he definitely needed some help. But I hope he's fine. I hope, you know, the government does something to help him. I hope his family can find him and give him the treatment that he needs. Well, moving on to our fourth musing. This has to do with, you know, the first establishment I told you I went to. Yeah. So there was this massive ditch in front of that place. It was literally like a valley. And I couldn't understand why you have such a huge valley in front of your establishment, and you have customers who are going to be coming in mostly in the evenings, and you don't bother to fix that. It was literally like a disaster waiting to happen. And I was so glad that I had to get away from there as quickly as I could, because it was just so weird. I mean, yes, you have an establishment, but you also have to think about your customers. Am I ever going to go back to that place? No, I won't, because it's not safe as far as I'm concerned. A car could fall in there, a person could trip and fall in there, a child could fall in. It was a really deep ditch right in front, like on the slabs that would take you into the parking lot. So yeah, you can have a nice place, the food might be good, entertainment is great, but if your customers or your guests, your clients who are coming in, see that there's something that could risk their lives, their limb, or their cars, it's definitely going to be a U-turn. So just saying, you kind of need to sort that out. And finally, this one has to do with the lack of security in certain places. Now, going to that other place, when I spoke to the lady about the situation and there was no security person out there, it was so strange. Sometimes people don't want to go to an establishment where it's pitch black outside, or even if there are lights, there isn't anyone that gives a feeling of confidence or security. Sometimes these places have just one person, so if they have to take a bathroom break or they want to get some food or some water, it's literally left without anyone. It's left unattended. So it's strange that that happens a lot. It's an extra cost, but you know, it would also help people who are coming in, who, by the way, you need to make sure your business grows. You probably need them to feel secure. So security is very, very important. And it would also help ward off some of the hoodlums who are just patrolling the streets and waiting to see when someone parks so they can go there, ask for money, or if they're, you know, more devious and mean, ask for money in a forceful way. You know what I mean? Well, that's it for our musings. I see your messages. I will read your messages at 6 p.m. right here on the Smooth Drive. And yes, Tochiko, I see your message. Kaide is on a journey. Yes, Kaide is on a journey, and you can find him on social media. It's at Kaide Baker with the double R. And that's it for our musings right here on Smooth 98.1. Business Hub comes up on the other